What's up guys, Carl here from FootyTutor.com, and in today's video I'm going to be giving a very specific tip to anyone who is trying to really get into the creator economy, anyone who wants to start a creator business, anyone who wants to sell a product online. Exactly what I want to share today is what I believe to be the biggest difference between creators who are able to start creating and have success straight away and people who take a long time to actually be able to monetize their creative offering. And I think this tip is extra valuable for anyone who is in the earlier stages of their career, who is considering going down a creative route and you haven't spent a lot of time working within corporate entities. If this is your first time on my channel, I love using this space to show some behind the scenes of what it means to build an online brand in the sports industry, as well as what it's like building a company living remotely on the beautiful island of Barbados. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, I highly recommend that you subscribe for more. And towards the back end of this video, I'm going to be giving an update from everything that happened within my business, within my life throughout the month of February. So the tip for creators trying to monetize online, especially if it's your first time trying to monetize, is be generic with your product offering and be differentiated with your marketing. Now, I know this might sound simple, but as a creative type, as someone getting into the space for the first time, what I see and what I went through as well is that you think that I need to come up with some amazing product. I need to create the next iPhone. I need to have something that is totally bespoke, really speaks to my target audience and really solves a problem in a way that it hasn't been solved before. Now, I don't know if it's just my personal thoughts and process as it goes to trying to build a business, but I know that there's a saying within the entrepreneurship community that first-time founders focus on product and second-time founders focus on distribution. And when you dissect that statement a little bit further, it makes a lot of sense because first-time founders think that they need to have the most amazing product in the world, and I think that they take a bottom-up approach to building their business, whilst more seasoned entrepreneurs take a top-down. Let me explain. So in this instance, when I say bottom-up approach to business, I mean you have a creative predisposition. Maybe you started to get a little bit more traction with your audience, and so you come up with this amazing idea of something that can, potentially fix a specific problem that you might assume that the users have, you might assume that they might be willing to pay for, because the problems that people have and the problems that people are willing to pay to fix are two completely different things. And then you go ahead building this thing, you might launch it, you might get some first sale, but you aren't exactly sure how to scale it. You aren't exactly sure how much you can take on in terms of spending to acquire clients, and you aren't exactly sure what is the cap on that specific product. Most times you might have like a pretty decent idea, but as I said, it might not actually be something that people are willing to pay for, or you might spend a lot of your time figuring out exactly what is the price point that people are willing to pay for, what are the different demographics of people who are actually interested in buying this product. While on the other hand, you can have a top-down approach to building out your product and to building your business. And when you take a top-down approach, here's where you go and look for already existing industries. For instance, I did like a quick Google search yesterday about the e-commerce industry, for instance, for a specific sector, and it said that the size of this industry is about like $300 billion. So then you can go and basically reverse engineer to see what are the products that are already selling within this market. And then you can go within that market and you can look to see what are the products that are already selling, what are the things that are already sticky, and you can choose them to sell within your business. And it doesn't matter what industry you're in, you probably have some competitors, and the beautiful thing about having competitors is that you can literally just see what are the systems that they're using to sell. You can see what are the products that they're selling, and if they're having the success that they say they are, you should be able to replicate it and do something quite similar and be able to slot into that market, which is, if you're smart, a market that has annual growth of 5, 6, 7, 10% year on year, $1 billion industry that is well established, and you just position yourself in there and your product in a position that you can just collect some of the windfall of this market share year on year. And so even though you're selling what might be considered a little bit more of a generic product, here's where your branding is super important in terms of you being able to position that product in a way that people might not have seen it before, or just in a way that you think really speaks to a pain point. And the true differentiation as a creator, as a creative trying to build a creative business, is yourself and the way that you speak about your product, the way that you portray the value that it has to the specific customers, and just the relationship that you're able to build with people online as you use various methods to go from a place of being obscure, no one knowing about you, to absolute saturation where everyone within your market knows who you are, knows what you sell, and knows how they can take out their wallet and buy it from you because you've positioned something that they're already going to buy either way You just want to be the person that they buy it from. Yeah, I think this is something that I can go into much more depth, and I can give specific examples within like my journey as to how I arrived at this thought process. I don't know, I'm not saying that this is 100% the only way that you should think about it. The reason why I said that this is valuable for someone who is early in their creative career and has not necessarily had a corporate career is because what I've seen in my own journey, a lot of people who have gone the corporate route already have an understanding of how it works and what are the specific ways that they can package and make sales within that industry already. So then when they leave and they start creating content around it, it's much more easy for them to package it and relate to the marketplace in a way that they're interested in buying. Yeah, I think that you guys have gotten the gist of what I'm saying, and I really implore you to look at the bigger picture first whenever you're going about creating your product. See what is the size of the industry, see what is already working, and don't try to reinvent the wheel. I know you hear it over and over again, but it actually goes for every single step within your business, whether that be your creative strategy, whether that be your sales, your funnel, your product, all of these different things. I think the best entrepreneurs are the ones who are able to spend some time in their industry, get a good sense of what's working, and also look at adjacent industries, see what's working, and then create something new from what's working across different verticals to give their customer a new experience of how they go about purchasing and interacting with a product. As always, guys, would love to hear your thoughts down in the comment section below. Let me know, am I talking gibberish? Let me know if it makes sense. Let me know if you've had a similar experience yourself. And yeah, let's just have a conversation about, product building, entrepreneurship, all that good stuff. And finally, just wanted to give a quick update on how things are going because we are at the beginning of March. February is over. February was a very transformative month for me. We actually launched Beach Hit again, which has been growing steadily week on week. Thank you so much to everyone who has, come out and actually taken action towards getting closer to their own fitness goals. I was speaking to some of the members of our Beach Hit community after our last hit, and I was telling them that for me, I really get a lot of joy out of creating a platform like that is very inclusive, that allows people from all different walks of life, all different levels of, fitness to be able to come out and have an inclusive experience where they can make some progress towards their fitness goals. For me personally, I'm really focused right now on becoming a performance coach. I want to work with high achievers. So that could be, C-level executives, that could be, entrepreneurs, creatives, people who are really going after becoming the best version of themselves. And I've been really fortunate in February as well to get my first client, and that's something I'm working on. But I think Beach Hit is a beautiful place where I can curate a space that if you aren't able to take access, if you aren't able to, tap in with me on a much more dialed in, 6-week program or whatever to really take your already existing decent game to the next level, Beach Hit is still something that can be a pillar that you place within your week to really help you to orient your life around forward growth. Outside of that, on FootyTutor.com, we actually launched 2 products last month, one digital and one physical. Really interested to see where those go because they were both launched from a lot of conversations that I had from, posting more frequently. A lot of people have been reaching out, asking me very similar questions. And I do think that we can have these products which are already selling in different places, just be differentiated to honestly be better suited towards footballers specifically. And really the last big thing that we saw happen in February was that I got a lot more dialed with my content strategy. January was really a month of planning for me, really trying to decide, what are the things I need to really focus on this year. It's not a matter of if anymore, it's a matter of how do I do enough in these specific areas to make it absolutely unreasonable that I'm going to be successful at whatever it is that I want to achieve. And yeah, some of the initial feedback that I've been getting from the content strategy and stuff has been great. I feel more authentic and aligned creating this type of content than I've ever felt before. And can't wait to keep showing up, keep delivering, building this community, because overall, that's the most important thing for me. That was the biggest thing that got me into social media, just the amazing conversations that I could have with so many of you at scale. And yeah, that gives me the most joy out of probably anything that I do. Like, for me, sitting behind the camera is not the easiest, but I'm willing to do that if it means that I can, have an impact and generate a lot of meaningful conversations. So yeah, guys, that's it for this video. If you watched until this point, don't forget to leave a like. If you aren't subscribed, please subscribe for future videos. Let me know how you enjoyed this one. I think at the beginning of each month, I want to give a little bit more of a recap plus a teaching. So yeah, guys, looking forward to your comments down below, and I will see you in the next one. Peace, take care, and have a great March.